some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Here's everything you need to know about the off-key monologue.
Okay, we're learning. Let's go.
Kimmel's show pulled indefinitely. The controversy began
Welcome
during
in, guys.
Monday's show when the late-night comic started off by claiming that MAGA was using Charlie Kirk's assassination to score political points.
Okay.
But Kimmel didn't stop there. He went on to call out President Trump, who is scheduled to deliver a speech at Kirk's memorial service on Monday, for what he deemed to be an insufficient reaction to the murder.
In between the finger-pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half?
Probably struggling, right?
Very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
What? He just waved the question? He just waves the question? Is that... Did we say that? Was that like a fake video, or was that legitimate? That he was asked how he's feeling after the Charlie Kirk death, and he talks about his construction. I don't know. Let's see what Jimmy said about that.
Yes, he's at the fourth stage of grief: construction.
Oh no! I mean that's risky.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Kimmel then doubled down, sharing that it wasn't the first time since Kirk's murder that Trump redirected a question about the Turning Point USA founder back to the White House ballroom.
And it didn't just happen once.
When I heard it, I was in the midst of, building a great, for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom at the White House, right? They don't have a ballroom. They have to use tents on the lawn for President Xi when he comes over. If it rains, it's a wipeout. And so I was with the architects that would design. It's going to be incredible. And they came in.
He is hilarious. I'm sorry. He is funny. Well, this is...
I didn't know what they meant.
Sorry.
Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, he was dead. Charlie Kirk was shot. And they thought he was dead because it was so horrific, And I said, dead.
And then we installed the most beautiful chandelier.
Oh my God.
Sconces you wouldn't believe. There's something wrong with them. There really is.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there 2 seconds. When I first heard about that Jimmy Kimmel had been cancelled for what he said about Charlie Kirk, unless something else happens in the remainder of this video, my assumption was that he deeply disrespected Charlie Kirk, which isn't the case. At the moment, is not the case. He's taken the piss out of the president of the United States. A bit too risky, maybe. I don't know. Risky business when he's got such an influential position within the media. This is, I think, something that he wrote last minute, sort of didn't brush it past anyone. I mean, his team must have been involved to have the clips ready, unless it was one person. This show's been running a long time. One person just be like, yo, press these buttons when I say this. It just shows the video of what I'm doing my bit. Yeah, cool, no worries. Was this cleared? I don't know. Let's carry on.
The backlash to Kimmel's monologue was swift, including from the Federal Communications Commission chair, Brendan Carr. The President Trump appointee blasted Kimmel's remarks and urged affiliates to preempt his program during an interview with conservative podcaster Benny Johnson. Change needs to happen on Kimmel, Carr said. Nexstar Communications, which operates 23 ABC affiliates, announced it would no longer carry the program due to Kimmel's remarks. Hours later, ABC took Carr's words and Nexstar's actions to heart and canceled the show indefinitely. Sinclair Broadcasting took things even further, announcing that the suspension wasn't enough and vowing to yank Jimmy Kimmel Live from its stations until the host apologizes directly to Charlie Kirk's family and donates to his political activist group. The company also demanded that formal discussions are held with ABC regarding the network's commitment to professionalism and accountability.
Hang about. So he's got to apologize to Charlie Kirk and his family, Charlie Kirk's family, but he didn't say anything about Charlie Kirk in terms of being disrespectful to his family, right? I mean, if anything, if Charlie Kirk was Jimmy Kimmel's friend, that would seem that he's sort of defended him. You know, I don't know. Is that not the case? Like, would he, if you're in a group of friends, say, and one of your friends passes away and everyone's grieving, and then you're like, oh shit, like, Donald, how you feeling, man? You know, we got a pretty good ballroom that we're making. Okay, it's gonna be fantastic. Okay, and then they said that he was dead. I was like, what do you mean he's dead? And that's kind of his reaction. You'd be like, dude, like, are you not like sort of a bit upset about this? You would want to defend your friend that has just died and sort of broadcast that and be like, what the frick? Like, how is this not a thing? But it's the insinuations behind him pulling on the president, right? From the first comment that there's some involvement. I don't know, but they're supposed to be friends and it seems a bit off. In my eyes, it seems a bit off. Was this deserved that Jimmy Kimmel got cancelled for this? Let's continue. We've only got a little bit left on the video.
Kimmel's removal has sparked fierce debate, with critics accusing ABC and its parent company Disney of bowing to political pressure, as President Donald Trump cheered the suspension. All this as the dominoes continue to fall and true extent of the fallout has yet to be seen.
So, of course, Donald Trump is going to bow to the suspension, whatever the expression was, because it was about him. And of course, if somebody is who, you know, is funded by the top, i.e. the media, is hosting and broadcasting something that they do not agree with, of course they're going to get rid of him straight away. Otherwise, they're going to be defunded. They're going to be fucking shut down. They're going to be like, we don't want you anymore. See you later. You're fake news. Okay. So that's clearly the reason why they got rid of him, because they were like, whoa, you're saying the wrong things here, mate. Sorry, Donald. We're not a part of it. And to basically prove that we're not a part of this, we didn't sign this off. We didn't say this is okay. We're going to get rid of him immediately. Because we're not a part of that. We're with you. And we're with them. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. I mean, with Charlie Kirk as a whole, like the reasons, you know, that he was assassinated, like that was a shock to the nation. Obviously, clearly, any assassination is. We have a clip that's a conspiracy clip.
I gotta be careful the way I say this. The Israeli government has a mandate they're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly, okay? They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people. But there are some serious questions here, Patrick. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp.
See, this is so risky. So risky for a man in his position to be saying these types of words. I mean, he was playing with fire, you know, but he's got to the point where he's like, you know, I'm going to just say it now, you know, hate me or not, I'm going to say it. And was that the reason? I don't know. But
COVID, Maui fires, you know, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right.
Like, he had a massive opinion on the Epstein whole situation and the files, that he was getting very close to, and he has said a lot about Epstein, that he was a character underneath this, you know, this top tier, and was publicly talking about it. Like, I don't know. I want to hear your opinions. Did he cross the line? Was this a legitimate setup? Was he assassinated by a random? What do you think? I'll keep my opinions to myself at a minute. I'm interested to see the comments. I would love to see the comments on this video here. 6,000 comments on the Jimmy Kimmel being cancelled video. Let's have a quick look here. Top comment, you can just about see it there. Top comment says, that's a joke. Sorry, that's the joke that got him pulled. It wasn't even bad mouthing Kirk. He was bad mouthing the president, is exactly what we said as well. I didn't like Koba, I didn't like Kimmel, but the fact that anyone has this kind of power over free speech is terrifying. These have got like thousands of likes. He didn't even say anything about Charlie Kirk. He was criticizing Trump's reaction. This is weak. I guess freedom of speech, what am I giddy? I guess freedom is speech. Oh my God, is selective. That's making me fucking think wrong. He wasn't wrong about Trump's reaction. I mean, yeah, a lot of similar comments below, but yeah, let me know what you think of the comments. And yeah, this is, I mean, a very controversial topic, and yeah, interesting to watch.